I'm not crazy.
I'm not crazy.
I'm not crazy.
I'm not crazy.
In the late 19th century, the mentally ill were often isolated and plucked from society. One of those places they go to be locked up is on Blackwell's Island, the women's asylum. I went undercover as an unstable patient to get inside and journal everything I saw on the other side of those walls. I wanted to convince everyone that I am insane and deserve to be sent to that island. I will never forget that ride to Bellevue Hospital. It was there that my fate was sealed and that I was committed to Blackwell's Island. A scared German woman sat crying next to me, holding a ragged stuffed animal. Hello? Are you all right?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't need to be sorry. What's the matter?
They took my baby boy.
I'm sorry, what?
I am a German. They took my baby boy. It was mad. It was very mad.
That's terrible. Why would they do such a thing?
My English is poor. They never told me in my language. When I was angry, they threw me on a train and sent me here.
When I was making the walk to the boat that set course for Blackwell's Island, I was mixed in with a group of women. I made friends with one, Tillie Mayard. We nervously watched as the boat approached the shores of the island.
Move along.
What is this place?
Blackwell's Island. It's an insane place, one that you'll never get out of. The owner of this establishment, Mr. Canton, is waiting for you inside.
Are you crazy?
No. But as we've been sent here, we must remain quiet until we can find means of escape. There will be few who will listen to me, so I can prove my insanity now. Who sent you here?
The doctors.
Do you mind telling me why?
Well, they say I'm insane.
Insane? It cannot be seen in your face.
You're too clever. What's your name?
Tillie Mayard, what's yours?
Nellie Brown. It's nice to meet you.
Mr. Canton, may I speak with you?
You may.
Thank you, sir. I have recently been ill and suffered a nervous debility. Only while I was ill was I unstable, not anymore. I have recovered and I do not belong here.
I will decide your diagnosis.
If you don't believe me, try every test for insanity and you will find none within me.
Everyone who has ever entered this place has stated that same claim.
I want justice!
Justice? Do you hear yourself right now, young lady? The way you speak of this place makes it seem like it's a prison. I'm afraid you have been misled. This is a hospital and we have one job. That is to help you. Worry not, Miss Mayard. I'll see it to you that you get the help that you need.
It's Louise. Murder!
Let me die.
Murder!
Let me die.
I'm not crazy! I'm not crazy! Don't say a word! How did you sleep after your cold bath?
I nearly froze.
It's unbearable.
The noise kept me up as well. The screaming, the yelling, wailing. I fear I might not be able to make it.
I asked the nurse to give us additional clothing. They spat in my face and told me that we won't find any kindness within these walls. I always make a point of telling the doctors I was sane and asked to be released. But the more I endeavored to assure them of my sanity, the more they doubted it.
Thank you for trying, Nellie.
Promise me that you'll keep your spirits up, okay? If you give up now, the good may come and you may never know it.
Nurse! What is this patient's name?
Her name is Louise Shantz.
She has a fever. Take her away. Tell me, what do you know of Louise?
I know that she doesn't belong here. She stayed at Bellevue Hospital and they took her baby. She was wrongfully committed here.
Why do you care for this woman?
I care because she is not insane. She is German. Her English is poor, and therefore she cannot speak her case to justice.
I see.
Are you going to help her? What will happen to her?
We are going to help her. Miss Brown, tell me one thing. How did you get here?
I was committed as an insane woman. I believe I'm here, and there is no hope for release.
Do you believe yourself to be insane?
Not at all.
Everyone says that.
Well, it's true. I'm not mentally ill either.
I can assure you that's not true. Miss Brown, you said that you believe Miss Shantz was wrongfully committed here. You think yourself to be wrongfully committed here. Your friend Tillie as well. Do you think everyone is here by mistake?
Yes, these patients need real care.
Their delusions can and will be solved by medication. Trust me, Miss Brown, you must learn that you are not the ones who will save these patients. We are. We are doctors, not you. I truly want the best for you and all of my patients. So, we will be increasing your dosage of laudanum to rest your mind. Good day.
Mr. Canton,
What is it?
this note belongs to one of our patients, Nellie Brown. We discovered it in her bedroom.
Is that so?
Yes.
Let me see it.
My family is deeply saddened. My father passed away today. I'll never see him again. Mother is worried my mother is worried what will happen to our family. He left us nothing. Nothing.
Interesting.
My stepfather is a dangerous man. I heard my mother crying, and I hear her pain. Sometimes I hear my mother scream and beg. He doesn't treat Mama as well as my father did. I'm scared for her.
Stepfather?
I wish there was something I could do. Mother, have you seen this paper?
Pink, I don't have the time.
What girls are good for?
What?
If you won't read it, then I'll read it aloud and you must listen.
Pink, please do as you're told.
Mother, I will not stand by and watch men of the world talk of us women like we are so much less than they are. The women I know are trying to survive, not annoying newspaper editors. It's a crime that we are forced out of the workplace. I'm sending a dispatch letter voicing my complaints. I'll use the cover-up name, Lonely Orphan Girl.
This response is some of the best writing I have ever laid my eyes upon. We must find out who submitted this. I can post it in the newspaper, a call.
Lonely Orphan Girl, contact the paper and reveal your identity. Here goes nothing.
Can I help you?
My name is Elizabeth Cochran. I'm the Lonely Orphan Girl.
I'm sorry, you don't seem like an orphan girl. I mean, that's quite the colorful and expensive pink dress you've got on.
Oh, yes. I wear to stand out. I always have.
Right. Well, my name is George Madden. I'm the editor here for the Pittsburgh Dispatch. The response you submitted to us was perfectly written. Miss Cochran, I want to hire you.
You want to hire a woman? That's so rare.
So who would I be to pass up the opportunity? Plus, talent and writing have no limits to who has the mind for it. And you, my dear, most certainly do. When can you start?
Right away, sir.
Wonderful. I have an assignment sitting on my desk just waiting for someone to take care of it. And I am most certainly not going to do it. Do you want to take a look at it?
Absolutely.
Fashion. It's no secret that women know the ins and outs of fashion, and you seem to know it yourself.
I guess.
So, can you do it?
I can. But I can do so much more.
These are women's themes, and you are a woman. Your life revolves around these things. No one could do this better than you. And Miss Cochran, fashion is just the beginning. The more experience you have, the more you can cover. So don't limit yourself. There's gardening, food, gossip.
Those are all women's themes.
Why do you think I'm having a woman cover them? Oh, one last thing. As long as you work here, you won't be published under your real name. You must use a cover. Your new name will be Nellie Bly. How's that?
All right.
She was hired to be a reporter.
Keep reading. If you go forward 2 years, she'll tip to move on from the Pittsburgh Dispatch.
Mr. Madden,
Nellie Bly. Let's look and see what we've got you covering this week.
Madden,
Why don't you write an expose on the newest greenhouse that's opening up? That's right up your alley.
Mr. Madden, I've worked here for 2 years, now getting paid $5 a day. This whole time, I've covered fashion and hairstyling and gardens, just like that greenhouse. You don't realize how many important topics I could be covering instead.
Slow down, Nellie Bly. Slow down. Yes, you are talented, but abilities aside, you are still merely a girl. And you are going to do the things that girls do in newspapers, whether you like it or not. It's not fair. I understand, but this is where you belong.
We'll see about that.
So she quit her job. To do what?
She moved to New York.
You must continue reading this.
There is only one company that I want to work for. The New York World. Mr. Pulitzer,
I'm done for the day. Come back tomorrow.
please. It'll just be a moment of your time.
Do I even know you?
My name is Nellie Bly, and I have an idea for an article.
Okay, fine. I'm in a bit of a rush, so hurry this up.
Of course, Mr. Pulitzer. I know that you're fond of selling papers to immigrants, and I believe I have the perfect story that will sell these papers.
Go on.
I'd like to travel to Europe and then return to the United States in steerage.
What did you say your
I
name was?
report as if I was an immigrant.
What did you say your name was?
Nellie Bly. Now you remember that.
Don't get me wrong. I think that it's a great idea, but I would imagine the budget that it must cost is much higher than I'm willing to loan at this moment.
I see.
Perhaps you'd be willing to try something equally, if not more challenging.
Anything.
What about finding your way into an insane asylum to expose the conditions of the patients?
I would have to act mentally unstable to be committed.
We can find a doctor to sign the paperwork.
No. The only sure way I am not revealed is that everyone must be convinced I am truly insane.
Miss Bly, your ambition is overwhelmingly admirable, but I fear that the doctors who specialize in this type of thing, juries who send people to these islands, won't believe a simple insanity act.
I have all the faith in my abilities. I will start tomorrow, and within one night, I'll get an entire boarding house scared of me.
Fine. As long as you have a clear view of the risk you're taking, it's decided. Miss Brown, are you ready to admit yourself to the island?
My name is Nellie Bly.
Not for this case. You are Nellie Brown, the insane girl. If you can do this, you have yourself a job.
She's undercover.
Yes, she said it right there on paper.
Well, thank you for this.
When I arrived at Blackwell's Island, I was not ill. I had recovered from my sickness, but with every freezing, unsanitary bath forced upon me, the thought that I wouldn't survive the day crept into my mind. Every day, slowly, I become sicker. Nellie was mortified when she saw me. Keep your spirits up, she would say. But it isn't just me. Louise Shantz fever is terribly high. This place is the true cause of insanity.
107-degree fever.
Hey, Louise, I saved you some of my food.
I can't eat.
Please try. You need your strength.
This sickness isn't killing me. I just want to die. If only I could die.
I'll get the doctor!
Hold her down!
Please! She doesn't need an injection! She needs rest! Her son was taken from her, please! She only has a mild cough! Do not inject her!
Miss Brown, that is enough! What do you know about losing a family?
What do I know about what?
Miss Brown, stand back. This is your final warning.
1, 2, 3.
My boy. My boy, you've grown so much. My boy, come to me. Nothing get it. My Luna.
You killed her.
Send Louise Shantz to the crematorium.
You are cruel. You don't want to help us.
Miss Brown, why are you fighting me so much? I'm trying to bring relief to my patients.
And you do this by killing them?
It was never the intention. Take Miss Brown to her room. I'll fill out the death certificates. Nellie,
What do you want?
to talk.
About what?
Miss Brown, who are you?
Why, you already know who I am. Nellie Brown.
No, we both know that's not true. Who are you really? Fine, don't tell me Nellie Bly. But that's also a pen name, Elizabeth Cochran.
How did you?
Your mother, Mary, seems like a strong woman. But what about all the pain and screaming? You couldn't do anything. Just a helpless girl. Well, you know who could have helped your mother? Your father. But answer me this. Where was he? Did you hear me? Answer me while I'm speaking to you!
He died!
Yes. Just a fatherless girl with an abusive, alcoholic stepfather.
Why are you doing this? You're a monster!
I know this is all an act, Elizabeth. You think you're so smart going undercover, but Mr. Madden was right, and you should have listened to him. You must learn to always listen to men and don't fight their orders like you have mine. Do you know what this is? It's a doctor's bag. If you sit back, it won't hurt a bit. If you fight against me, it'll only make things worse for yourself. Good girl. Well done. Now, for this next part, we're going to turn the lights off.
Last night, Mr. Canton came into my room. All night long, he tortured me about my past. Somehow, he had gotten a hold of my journal. He knows everything. From my father passing to that I'm undercover. Then he tied my hands and feet, threw a sheet over my head, and twisted it tightly around my throat so I could not scream. Put me in another bathtub filled with cold water. He held me under until I gave up every hope and became senseless. I was poisoned with something as well. It was the longest night of my life.
Miss Brown, you have a guest. The gentleman's name is Peter A. Hendricks. Hello. He is an attorney.
How do you do, Mr. Hendricks?
I'm fine, thank you. Please, have a seat. I represent friends of yours. If you'd like to come with them rather than stay here, I'm sure that they would gladly.
Yes! Yes, I would love to.
Very well. I'll leave you to be. I'll go fill out the release papers.
Mr. Hendricks, how long was I in the asylum?
You don't remember?
I believe I was here for over a month.
Nellie, you were only there for 10 days.
Don't touch me! Stop it! Leave me alone, please! Please help me. Stop it! Stop! Please, stop it!
Nellie? Nellie?
Quit your fussing and line up for bath time!
Look at these numbers. The girl did it. The story is spreading like a plague. It's reaching countries all over the world. It's by far one of the most astonishing pieces of writing I've ever published. Nellie, the nation is in a fit over this fabulous story you bring. The mayor has launched investigations into the asylum. Nothing will ever be the same from here on out.
The insane asylum on Blackwell's Island is a human rat trap. It is easy to get in, but once there, it is impossible to get out. Women are taken there without their consent to an asylum, and they're given no chance to prove their sanity. One in particular, Louise Shantz, had her baby stripped from her and wasn't even told in her language the why and wherefore she was.
Louise, what a surprise to see you here again.
Mr. Canton, you're under arrest.
What?
If I could have a word with Mr. Canton for just a minute. You're going away, Mr. Canton. You were the cause of who knows how many deaths. The women who were wrongfully committed here deserve justice.
I should have killed you.
You are more insane than any of these women.
Silly girl. You're far too over your head. You have no idea who you're dealing with!
Officer! Tillie! It's me. Nellie. Tillie? Do you remember me?
No. I do not know you. Should I?